Hello people of California, my name is Samuel Gersten, and today we are analyzing conservative and liberal media, presidential campaigns, and interest groups, and their opinions on immigration. Now to start off, we'll be looking at media sources with our expert, Nathan Hugh. Nathan.
Okay, so the first source we came across was a video including Jon Stewart and Michael Che, and the title was No Country for Little Kids. And so for this source, the point of view here was that they're mocking the perspective of legal immigrant children being a significant danger, because with Michael Che, he explores the idea that people who do believe in the perspective that illegal immigrants are a threat is tested upon the public, and many Americans believe that immigrant children should have the same opportunities that American citizens have on a daily basis. And the political ideology of this source was very liberal, and evidence to support why I believe this source is liberal is that the behavior of Michael Che and the audiences of No Country for Little Kids convey a point of view on immigration that it is a positive thing to allow children to gain a safe home and better life to immigrate to the U.S., and that they are not threatening because they're just children and they just want a free education that we offer and a better life. And although this source could be biased because they're not necessarily looking at economic downfalls that this could bring and how this can negatively impact, they're more so looking at the benefit of just the children. They just want a free education that we offer and a better life. And although this source could be biased because they're not necessarily looking at economic downfalls that this could bring and how this can negatively impact, they're more so looking at the benefit of just the children and critiquing the reason of others. Source B being No Country for Little Kids, claims that immigration is a positive occurrence, but it does not provide massive amounts of statistical information of how immigration could be negatively impacting the United States. That is all on media, and we'll proceed to our second media source.
Now we will be discussing another media source titled Univision's Jorge Ramos nails Boehner on immigration reform. We will hand it back to media expert Nathan Hugh. Nathan?
Thank you, Samuel. So, the article Jorge Ramos nails Boehner is actually very literally true, because he verbally nails Boehner by accusing him of not taking action against immigration. So, when analyzing the article of Univision's Jorge Ramos nails Boehner, thank you, Samuel, and their point of view and arguments over immigration, the political ideology of the source is extremely liberal, being that it comes from Jorge Ramos, who expresses similar sentiments to how immigrants feel, because he himself is a Latin American and sympathizes with how they are struggling to come to the U.S. And the behavior, this source could be slightly biased because he himself is a Latin American and therefore naturally sympathizes with his native people, so he more so is for immigration and does not fully address particular issues of economic damage that it could cause by having to provide welfare for so many people. And although he claims that the immigration is a positive occurrence and should be accelerated and a lot more immigrants should be allowed to come into the U.S., as I said earlier, he does not provide adequate evidence to neutralize possible negative aspects of immigration. And that is all for media right now. Back to you, Samuel.
Now moving on, we're going to be looking at interest groups with our expert, Maria Rodriguez.
I had the opportunity to analyze FAIR, which is the Federation for American Immigrants Reform, and their point of views and arguments over immigration. The political ideology of this source is conservative. Evidence to support why I believe this is conservative is the point of view. And FAIR's point of view on immigrants is negative because they're saying that it's like taking tax money from America to put like immigrant children in school, and it costs more money to put them in school because they don't know any English. And FAIR claims that immigrants should not be in America, and they provide a lot of statistics which makes their argument really strong.
Now we will be looking at interest groups with Maria.
I analyzed NCLA, the National Council of La Raza, and their point of views and arguments over immigration. The political ideology of this source is liberal, and it is liberal because of the audience, and the point of view on immigration was positive because they think that immigrants should stay, and if we have a place for them, they should be here, not in danger somewhere else. And the NCLA claims that immigrants should be in America, and that it's un-American of us to kick them out and be rude to them. And the argument is strong because the speaker used personal stories and like expert opinions and analogies.
Now we will be talking about political parties and candidates. Our first source is Barbara Lee, and she is in favor of immigration. She is a liberal, and it seems like all she does is criticize the Republicans. And she says the Republicans are anti-immigration and go against Obama no matter what. She doesn't have much evidence for her claims. She just kind of hates on the Republicans and is very biased. She said Obama made the right decision to expand the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. The second source is Donald Trump, and he says that Mexico is pushing their people across the border to America, and that they are pushing criminals and drug dealers to America, that immigrations are causing tremendous problems when it comes to crime, murder, rape, and other things. He thinks immigration should not be in America, and he not only is talking about Mexico, he is very conservative and does not give any other points of views and does not address other viewpoints. He does not have any evidence to support his claims.
Based on an analysis and group consensus of the following sources of media, presidential campaigns and candidates, and interest groups, my group has come to the consensus that immigration is good and bad. Children should be allowed the opportunity to come to the U.S. in search of better lives, better opportunities, and a chance to be something beyond what they were at their previous homeland. The opportunity of free education and a new life with Medicare/free healthcare plans allow the U.S. to be an appealing place for immigrants, specifically Latino Americans. But the downside is that with so many immigrants coming in, welfare systems are gradually being depleted because so much money is being put towards healthcare for immigrants coming in and allowing to help and using that money to help them start up a life. Based on these findings, it has been concluded that immigration is good and bad for those following reasons.